up, to we're back once again to the most popping podcast. It's the Culture Decoded podcast. With your boy Prince, BRINT to the Z. And Namusha, we have a special guest with us. I'm gonna let the homie introduce himself. And obviously, humble fish. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself, my dog.
Snap. I go by the name faRAi.
Small
letters FA, capital RA, small letter R.
Hey, the emphasis there. Hey, I should make sure that you don't have anything there.
He's R-rated,
not even. Not even. How you niggas doing?
It's fresh, bro. It's fresh.
Nand. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh,
welcome.
Thank you.
This is the initiation. Actually, we're gonna be back for more.
Snap.
So, Namusha, we just want to touch upon something that's a bit serious, because it's something that we talked about it, over offline. We actually wanted to get someone who was gonna help us speak about this thing from a female perspective. But I think we'll just talk about it as a machita, and then hopefully, once we get the chance, we're gonna get someone who actually come through and actually open themselves up to talk this. So we wanna talk about what's the issues to do with consent. Number one, consent in the essence of sexual consent, and how we as men are raised to sort of like be entitled to women's bodies and just in terms of this sex, like we feel like there's been a cry, you would see, as amachita, we are usually too entitled to women's bodies and when it comes to sex, like who would say what is consent, how do we maneuver, what is the consent. So gents, what do you understand about sexual consent, and to what extent do you think as amachita we are entitled, we feel so to what extent do we actually feel entitled to women's bodies and their sexuality and everything?
We'll let you go first.
Snap. I think maybe like the problem started like Sawangani, like there was that thing you would see, no means yes, or like I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But no means no. No means no. If it's a no, don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But mind you, there are other cheeks, and you're talking to a girl, and then the girl says, well, we're talking with the girl as friends.
Yeah.
And then uthi kucherlwana, but obviously ufuna ama tips. Ufuna iangle yabo. Uthi right, ucherry ma engcicha. Engathi hayi uyabe sithini, and then you hear other chicks saying engathi hayi okokuqala komele umtshensele ukuthi yakufuna for her to say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is in that kuma, the no is a yes, but a no is a no.
Yeah.
So that part is the part that I don't understand. Why eqale no?
Yeah,
but engathi no, that's her first response when akuwe. And then if you try to push harder until she says yes, maybe after 7 no's, you're now like trying to change her mind.
Yeah.
And then you have sex. But after having sex, yena wanumropile. Umtshintshi ingqondo zakhe. And then akakho lapho. But engathi yes to them. Akafuna ukukhanya ngathi ueasy yithi.
Alright.
So that's why abaningi ngingazi. Mina banjela kwathiwa ungathi no qala.
It makes you
ngathi
yabona position.
Ungathi ubekekile. And then ungathi yes okuqala ulula. But is it about that vele?
Yabona into likhuluma effects like what into le yaqala from kudala, like ukuthi umuntu ongumfazi ngayikhonjiswa uyathi no, the first thing is no, And then when if then will interest, if you're serious, you then have to keep on. But like that thing is I think maybe the sexual cohesion. Like who we konoko kusho ukuthi ucina usumropa maybe usucela maybe 7 to 8 times yabona.
Yeah.
And we are all humans, you know. There's that thing, we all succumb to pressure. And with time la umuntu engatshona sithi even engathi aphoyi ngenzeli even nginje ngathi phoyi ngenzela so
Ngileke ubuhlupha.
Oh maybe ngithi even ngithi asam drug elinje ngithi aphoya side drug elinje ne wena uthi hayi drug lela ndifuni boy ngithi akusasa side drug boy side drug eventually la pressure lana you get to, but eventually khona ukuthi kuyabe kungekho engqondweni yakho ukuthi njani this is what you want to do. So it becomes a challenge. All right. So the thing is, kwaqalisela khona khana kudala ukuthi umuntu kwakuthiwa umfazi kumele aqale ethi no ukwenzela ukuthi khanye be serious. But I think that narrative now needs to change, because into le when it manifests itself sibona the bad side of things yabona. So things like rape and sexual assault, that's where they come from. And because like we don't have an understanding of the consent kahle like okay, you are saying no, why? I think maybe ucheri ngayisithi no kumele akutshela uthi no, try harder, ngayifuna ukuthi try harder.
Yeah.
But at the same time lawe I think thina as amachita we just have to build that thing in us ukuthi umuntu engathi no noma ukhombisa noma njani engathi no so kuphele, because you never know bro, maybe umunye ngafuni or maybe umunye ufuna lokhu, but just to be safe ne, just you know.
What do you when you njani ndaba
No, I think Prince makes valid points. Because like communication is important. I feel me personally, I value like communication. Plus, I think maybe having sisters, it like opened my eyes. Like, okay, you shouldn't treat girls in like a certain way. So I think,
all right. Because like you know what happens ne. I've had instances like I can't mention the details, it's obvious. Yeah, no, but I've had instances where I feel like when I'm looking back now, which I actually got some pussy, you know. Because like I actually coerced Lomund. I did not rape or in the technical sense of the word or something, like, you know, but like I feel like you know those things until umuntu segcine sevuma, you know. And
question,
yeah.
Is that rape?
All right, mana faRAi engaphendula because I don't you know what, I think I have one of the most esengaba layo rape, which has enabled me to move kahle, you know, one situation, and it has helped me even in my conversation la mashita and everything like we're doing now, help them to know actually if you're doing this, that's why. So ungaphendula then mina I'll take over like my thinking with what rape is to what I think mina it is. Yeah.
All right, before pendula abahlali yini rape?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers.
Yeah.
But I think, and man, I feel like, not to say which I'm perfect, man, I feel like everyone has had a situation or like a similar to that. But I think it's like borderline rape.
It is rape.
It's like borderline rape because I feel like at the end, especially like she can, the feelings that come with that, maybe like regret, kusasa, or like it's not meant to be that way, because like sex is deeper than just.
Sex is just spiritual, but that's a story for
another day. For sure.
But dog, okay, here's a scenario. You find a chick, she says no to having sex with you, and then she tells her friends,
Yeah.
Nyalile.
Yeah.
So akangcinganga. bemfuna ukumnika but akangincenganga.
All right, yeah.
And thina emajiteni if you turn unoga chick to yes uyinja like blind.
Yeah.
Like
That's how we view things.
Ebeyalile nje ucine uvumile yabona
but
blind.
I feel
And but what if it's hurting her
yeah.
if the no was a no? We don't know if the no was a yes or the no was a no. And but let's put it in a sense yokuthi unkazandwana uthe no ukuthi umncenga ukuthi azathi yes yena ulo yes ekhanda but to know ngokuthi ukuthi how bad do you want this.
All right, yeah. Fact.
So
yeah.
if you go deeper into ncenga ring
yeah,
and then she vumas when she says yes then you have sex,
yeah,
and
yeah,
is that rape?
Yeah, Bonan. I think it's rape, Mina. All right, this is where I'm coming from, ne? Mina, to me, rape I define as what it is sexual violence, right? We say sexual violence. And the word violence is to violate someone in any shape or form, man. So Mina, everyone is their personal space, yeah. So Mina, if I violate your personal space, that's a violation. That's violence. People think violence is the physical thing. So I was saying, if I violate you, Mina, whether I'm saying something to you in any shape or form that violates your space, that's a violation. That's violence. I can violate you, ngama words, or even physical, you know. So, rape, sexual violence, it's you violating his space, so muntu entering that space in a sexual manner, ngendlela angayifuniyo or engafuni, or in a way she feels pressured to let you into that space. So umuntu ngamncenga wena, umncenga kakhulu ko yes the person now with the growing that I've done mina as a person, guys, I feel like it's rape. Sometimes it's izinto ezincane that we take for granted. Ulalo kana uthi amachi thatha uthi edlale gono chair, you know? You can go ukuthi ugone subambi ilokuzeni subambi ipolo or something. That's sexual violation to me. Unless ungathi Jay ola, can I hold your hand? Yabona? Can I hug you? Can I touch you there? That's what I think. You know what?
Are you allowed to do those things?
I saw something very dope that I'd never seen people do on TV. Sway, it was on news, SAPC News or something. So they were interviewing. So I think he liked the chick or something. I know what he liked. Umchita waqonda ukumcela like at the end of the interview. Babe sense of the interview they were standing. Can I hug you? Sway West States. What can I on TV? I was like, wow, them chitalo, he has grown, say gentleman. What going to tell you can I hug you? And that chick like was surprised because I think why Chalamachi was just reach out for the hug. Then he says, Chila, Loguti, if I just hug, she will just she was amazed, but I think Lama learned something. Actually, you actually need to tell them. So I think it's not rape, right? It's rape, but it's rape behavior. It's those things that can lead to rape.
Because Tina, okusekanda lethu as most of human beings.
Yeah.
Ukuthi irape ludlame
yeah.
Usumthatha usumukophela kumbe overpower and then you force yourself into it.
Yeah.
Which is broader than that.
It is in fact.
Just society ukudlala ukhona uqalisela komba yabona barona ubona njani. Okay, let's say uCherry. Do you think uCherry Katis?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about uCherry babosway. Obviously in America the rules are different.
Indaba
ze-rape blind because we can go life in jail ungathepa izivunu. UCherry ngafune report. You can go to jail. But lapho ungathepa izivunu ku-report atshetshwe nenkazana yahlanga which is ngenye into
problem
ukuthi sorry mapolice madoda indaba lezi ngathi alizithathe serious.
They don't take them serious.
Indaba ezi ukuthi nje but anyways umbuzo wami.
Yeah.
Do you think Ocheri Balapa they will accept you as a gentleman or as a guy? Ma ubayicela these things. Can I hug you? Can I hold your hand? Can I kiss you?
Yeah.
Can I hold your face? Alright, I'm a face. Don't even play. I'm a face.
Yeah.
But do you think angeke bakuthathe njengebhari?
I've been called that.
So
Because of that.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
I even have a song about it.
Serious?
Yeah.
Sizayifaka ingoma
Link. Yeah, we
Siza-
will actually do
for
that.
sure.
We'll do that.
Siza-
We'll put the
Siza-
link.
Siza-
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's that like social like social norms, I guess. Like it's normal in a sense for like niggas to carry themselves like wild animals. Like it's expected for like niggas to be like this. Like I've never seen them like smash so and so, because like Ekas and there'll be like that one girl it's like Ambizama boy, like,
It's always
like
that
again,
one.
there's always like
Yeah.
that girl. And then like what happens in a situation you would say, okay, you get there and she's not with it. You know? Like that, like can your ego take that? It's like this girl, everyone's been through this like shorty, but with me she's like nah. What happens like in that? What happens in that, like you know, like do you assert your like dominance? Or like you actually chill and be like, I respect what she's saying.
Because the winners, if we're talking about this now, the winners in this game, ngamachita athi abangaceliyo che umjitelene futhi wena lawe bamba isivunu qede kuhake qede emenzeni. But when if you do that and actually they always fall for amachita njalo, but when as
And that's crazy.
and that's crazy, dog.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
At the end of the day, they complain about it, but into ngachocheri, I don't know mankazana ukuthi
What's
sisalifunda, but
happening?
I don't think sisalifunda, but yes, we want to know ukuthi ngabantu abanjani. They like to be on the edge.
Yeah.
And umajita lawana yibo amajita abafaka on the edge.
Yeah, facts.
When ungafika check good boy, hello sisters, njani, can I hug you? And ngila ngayibharele. Especially nxa beyamabebe bengabangane, nje bakuhleka.
Yeah.
But ungafika lapha ungomunye umjita ethi ajawa izivuno zakho lezi manje. Yizo manje le. Then seqalisa ukuchazeka.
Yeah. But there was a thing, gents. I mean, I don't think he will go check up and
Yeah, that's
I'll say this. There is a girl, I won't mention the name. Nzalichela after the
Silama connections. Ibizo sizalithola.
So there is a girl there. Esasifunda la. If I say esasifunda la, people try but it's okay. She was well built, let me say that. Very well built and well endowed emuva, you know. And the ass, and we can talk about this, you know.
Talk about this.
The ass. But you know what? She once shared something, and that's when some of these things, you don't know these things which, when you're doing them, how they affect someone, unless you start to hear that person talk about those things. Yeah, bro. But nigga.
Chigi. Have I done this?
Exactly, you know. If I acted this way, because you don't know, as umchita, you don't know. Yeah, bro.
Then you start texting, Chigi, have I done this to you?
To you, you know. But which is good that we're having these conversations, and I know what the ladies will help us, because you know we are speaking from a male perspective, and we know most people will criticize us, but we are speaking from a point of privilege, male privilege, because we don't know, but that we are trying to open up this thing. We are imperfect. That yes.
My advice is lembono,
see now.
wrongdoings,
Exactly.
right doings, and all that.
Exactly. So I was saying, this chick wanted to, so she's well endowed, they move her big ass and everything. She said that she hates the fact that that's what people see in her first.
It. Okay.
That's what they approach ngakhono kyana ba fika bakhuluma ngakho nkyana they it's like ukuhamba kwakhe they sexualize her ukuhamba kwakhe, like just by virtue of how her body is built, you know. So I say that to say that sometimes comment, hey, Agilana, hey. We do it as a machita. Of course, we are growing out of it now because we are learning with us, not she. But it's not okay because you never know how they are taking it. Which is why isn't the consent I think it's actually good.
Because it's
Gasapum.
But this might be the
That's
reason
what she's hiding from.
And
It's calling you, and I don't like feel like, we do it even sometimes.
And
We are
it's
not perfect, though, but it's wrong. So I'm saying that with Tina, singer, if let us, Tina, as much as let us be good niggas, singer, whatever happens to our egos, I think it's singer, Kangilama egos. If I ask for your hug, what is going to happen? Uzambona njani? Or society, why much does Zambona njani? Or could young faRAi will like, let's say there is Ucher who always get with it, you know? And then when I go there and say and then now you are gonna get aggressive in your approach food because now you also feel like into a so I think Tina we just have to keep it, which is why Ethiopian lane says I said I feel like as a machita we feel entitled to ama bodies abandaba fast, you know, because I think we think of our egos instead of how these people feel, how they take these things, because now I think the same way we like look and I do even
if has made us animals to women.
You see now. And ngokufuna ukuprotect our pride and our egos as men, we hate abantu abafasi. It's the things that I talked about are the extremes, rape, when it gets violent. Like we hear stories, dog. It's sad. Women get raped and killed every day, but we don't talk about the microaggressions. Have you seen what maybe
True.
Elayinini amashita abesihlikihlela like yama private abo to ama buttocks abafazi, you know, iputi. The proper way to buttocks because you say puti now I'm sexualizing
like,
the thing.
yeah.
But that yimbuza ethi mfunguze che ukuthi ngizabuza wena before ubuze abahlali labalaleli la ukuthi how do you compliment a girl without sexualizing her?
Hey, Fana, that's a very good question, dog.
How do you do that?
He has the hard questions.
It's like he's getting the hard ones.
Yes. Oh man. Nah, but I feel like anyone that knows me, like on a personal level, I always say, because what's like conversations with the machines or like what do you like in a girl? I always say personality. All the time. So that's like my answer.
So you compliment
the personality,
not the looks.
Nah.
But what if you
don't go there yet?